Hi everybody, welcome back to Green Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I thought I will do a video and show you how my plants looked when I came back from a holiday. Seeing that I did a video just to show you how I prep for my plants before I leave. We left on the 1st of October. And we came back. We were planning to come back on the 9th, but then we decided we had change of plans, and then we came back on the 12th of October. So what I thought, obviously, I thought we just going away for a week, but then we went away a week and few days. And trust me, with plants, it does matter. With some plants, not all the plants, with some plants, it does matter. So yeah, I thought I'll show you how my plants looked when we came back. Literally, we arrived on a Tuesday at 1:30 in the afternoon, and before I unpacked the car, I took my camera and took a video of my plants before I gave them water, just for you to see the condition they're in when I arrived. And obviously later on I gave them a drink, I watered them, and yeah, you know, those that needed water, because not everything needed a drink. So before I show you that clip, I just wanted to say, when we go away, I don't have someone who comes in to come and check on my plants. I've never had someone who comes in to come and check on my plants. And the truth of the matter is, I also never thought I need someone to come in and check on my plants. So so far, I've never felt I needed someone to come and check on my plants. So it has been working for me what I do. And every time I go away, I learn something new with all my plants. With every plant, I learn something new. Like, if you can check, I did a video of this nature a while ago when we were going away. And but then we were gone for a while. I think we were gone for a while, where the one-piece lily I put on hydro spikes for. When I came back, it had finished all the water in the reservoir, and it was all droopy and sad, you know. But then you learn, and for me, every time I go away and I come back, there's something I'm learning with each and every one of my plants, that, and also with the time I take to go away, is that if I'm going away for a week, I've learned with this plant, if I'm using a hydro spike, I'm gonna need so much water for it to survive the time I'm away. And with other plants, if I'm going away, you know, this is what I'm gonna have to do. Exactly with my Phytonias, what I did, I watered them thoroughly when I left. The night before I left, I watered them thoroughly, and then I still put water in the cover pot. I put water, not a lot, I put just enough, but then I lifted the pot. I put something at the bottom to lift the pot up, that it doesn't sit in water, and I had a wick that goes through the soil in the pot, in the plant, that the plant can drink through that wick, that string, and it worked. But then what I've learned from that is, if I'm gonna go away for 2 weeks, I need to put more water than what I did, because then the amount of water I put, it was enough for the time I had gone away. When I came back, they were not droopy, but they were ready for a drink. You know, they were ready for a drink. So they had cleaned up that. I don't know when did they finish that, but I know when I arrived, they were one of the plants which I watered the day I arrived. So I've learned something. I know that next time I go away with my Phytonias, I'm gonna have to give them a bigger reservoir of water, and you know, and I love the whole thing of them drinking from the bottom with a string. So I just have to add more water and lift the pot up, that it is not sitting in the water, just the string is sitting in the water, not the plant itself. Which is what I did. It's just that this time I just gave it a little bit, not too much. So yeah, you learn. Every time you go away, you learn, and you know how to care more, how to care for your plants even better when you are away. And I must say, over time, recently I come home to no casualties. Really, I come home to no. It's a joy to come home to no casualties. You can rescue a plant that is droopy and thirsty, like the little peace lily in Offense's room. I mean, that looked very sad, and their pillias looked very sad. They looked very sad. You should have seen the look on Offense's face. She was like, oh, are they gonna come back? And I'm like, yeah, they are. And even her, what you call her, what was that? Her English ivy, it didn't handle it so well. And what I learned this time around is that I shouldn't have left it by the window. I mean, it sits there, that's its spot, you know. But the fact that I'm not home to water it as often as I would have, I shouldn't have left it by the window, because then it dries up quicker. So I should have moved it to a shadier spot. All the plants that I know that, you know, succulents are fine, but the English ivies, I should have moved them to a shadier spot. And I didn't think of that. So that's another thing I've learned. So next time I go away, I know all my plants which don't like to be on the dry side of things, I'm gonna move them all to a shadier spot, or put them all in the guest bathroom where they can be with each other and create that humidity. And my guest bathroom doesn't get sunlight at all. It's a low light environment. So yeah, so I've learned something. So that's one of the things I've learned. The other plant which didn't quite like it was my alocasia. I found it and it was all droopy. It lost a leaf, you know, one leaf went yellow on me, and there was another one coming along too. I need to check what it has decided. But anyway, yeah, and I gave it a ring. I felt very bad for it, you know. It's my favorite plant. I love it, and it's one of my favorite plants. You know, I got that from my husband, and yeah, I wasn't happy at all. But anyway, I soaked it up, and it packed back up, you know, and it's fine now. So all the plants which were looking sad, they packed back up, and they're fine. So immediately after, I mean, a few hours later, they were back to normal. It's like, yay, mommy's home. They were all back to normal. So yeah, I've learned something. So with it, I'll put it on hydro spikes next time I go away. I wouldn't just water it and hope for the best. The truth of the matter is, I thought the pot is big. I mean, that pot, it's sitting in a big pot. Well, it's a big plant. Let's be honest, it's a big plant. And I thought it would be able to retain moisture for a whole week, but it didn't. It just didn't work. So yeah, but most of my plants, I mean, those are the plants which didn't handle it so well, but they were on the set side of things. They were not dead. I didn't lose a plant at all, but they were thirsty. They didn't like the idea of being dry to the bone. That was my alocasia. My alocasia, it was not even dry to the bone, but it was very dry. It was dry. That was my alocasia. Offense's tiny little peace lily, the apilia, and the English ivy. Those plants, and the one I don't remember the name for in Offense's room. Those 5 plants are the ones which, yeah, they had it tough with us away. Yeah, but that's it. You know, so if it's something you do regularly, trust me, you get to know your plants, and you get to know, if I'm going away for a week, this is what I need to do. If I'm going away for 2 weeks, this is what I need to do. And if it's 3, this is what I need to do. And that's how I have learned to take care of my plants when I go away. And in the beginning, yes, I would come home and some plants would be gone, because you had to learn from somewhere. But now I'm at a place where, well, even though I'm still learning, but I do quite know. I have an idea of what I need to do with my plants, you know, and all that. So yeah, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to your comments, and hope you enjoyed this video. And I also want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. And thank you for your love and support. It all means a lot to me. I really appreciate you all. So yeah, here it comes, how my plants looked when I got back home. And let me say they look well now because I did give them a drink and they are happy. They are okay now. Nothing died. Bye. I'm starting in my daughter's room just to show you how the plants are. Yeah, so the English ivy didn't take it kindly. As you can see, it's all shriveled up, but I think it will be fine. And also this plant I'm forgetting the name of, it didn't take it kindly. It's all dry. But the heart-shaped leaf is fine. All my succulents are okay. They handled the going away well, as not being home well. But the pilia also didn't handle it well at all. As you can see, it's all droopy. I've got a yellow leaf here and there. So yeah, it's very sad looking, but they come back up when you give them water. And the tiny peace lily is not happy at all. That's sad. And everything else is fine. Everything else is okay. Now we are in Jonathan's room. The peace lily is okay. This peace lily is fine. I left it in water. And the elephant ears, yeah. So as you can see, even his pilia didn't handle it well. I think I should have moved these plants away from the window. I left them by the window, which was not a wise thing to do. But yeah, surprisingly enough, his English ivy is okay. So it didn't suffer at all. And yeah, all the plants in here are fine. All the plants in here are doing fine except the pilia. And obviously the spider plant is very dry, so I caught it right on time, if I may say that. So yeah, and in my bedroom, the plants in my bedroom are okay. I was wise enough to remove these ones from the window, so they're doing very well. They didn't dry out. The Brazil, the Hoya, Canosa, and the Golden Pothos. So they're doing fine. Even my bamboo is doing fine. Yeah, this is dry, but I caught it right on time. So it's not sad. It's just, yeah. All my succulents are okay. They're doing fine. They handled it well. And even this one, you can see it needs water, but it didn't suffer as often as one did, the English ivy. But the succulents are fine. All the succulents are fine. This is also okay. It's on a shady spot, so it's on the shady. All these plants are on the shady spot, so they didn't suffer at all. Yeah, my arrowhead plants are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They just, yeah, they just need a drink, obviously. But they're okay. They can still go a day or two or even more. And now I'm in my living area, my living room. As you can see, they're all doing fine. They handled it well. My terrariums are fine. Even my Fittonia did well. I left it with water at the bottom and it drank up all the water. I came back on time for them, so and yeah, my fiddle leaf fig, yeah, all my plants are doing well. Yeah, my Chinese evergreen, another terrarium there. I wanted to put a plastic sleeve on top and I forgot, but it handled the going away well. And this one didn't handle it very well, my alocasia. It was, I mean, it's looking sad. As you can see, I lost the leaf. It's dry. It doesn't like to be on the dry side of things. So yeah. And as I said, my Fittonias handled it well. You can see they soaked up all the water. I've got a string at the bottom of the pot. So yeah, came back home on time for them. I'm sure it would have been something else if I stayed away a few more days. Yeah, my peace lilies did very well. As you can see where the water is, I mean, I haven't refilled that water. So, and all my succulents did okay. They did very well. Succulents are not an issue. Here's another peace lily on the table. You can see how far the water, I mean, it's almost gone. So I came back home on time. It's almost gone. So yeah. And my Boston fan is also doing well. The soil is still moist, so it didn't dry out at all. I mean, yeah, and I'm glad. And yeah, I must say all my plants are doing very well. You know, I don't have in any way, I don't have issues. I didn't have issues coming back. So yeah, there we go. They're all doing well. They can still go a few days before I have to water them. You know, no issues at all. And yeah, those are the plants on my coffee table. And that's my umbrella plant. It's still fine. It's still okay. It doesn't need a drink yet. You know, those are my philodendrons. So yeah, everything is doing well. This one needs water for sure. It looks very droopy. My Monstera deliciosa, it needs water. It's so droopy. But yeah, these are sad looking. They are dry. They didn't like it at all. I was gone for too long for them. I should have actually just took them away from here and left them in the tub where it's a bit shady, that they don't dry out so quickly. But hey, we're learning. We learn as we go. And these are also fine. Yeah. Even my hanging plants are okay. Everything is still fine. Most of my plants are still okay. These ones are droopy. They need water. These Plea, they need water. They are droopy, but not as bad as the kids ones are. These ones, I came back on time for them. Yeah, other than that, most of them are well. Most of them are well, especially the ones in big pots. There were no issues at all. They didn't dry out too quickly. I mean, most of them are still moist. And yeah, can never go wrong with your Hoya canosus going away. You'll come back. They'll still be happy. And those are my figure leaf figs. They're still fine. You know, my pearls, and that's my pearls. They're okay. And that's the green heel. It's okay. And that's my bananas. They're still okay. So yeah, these are dry. These are super dry. I need to give them water because they're in tiny pots, these succulents, so they dry out very quickly. Yeah, that's my Monstera, and that's my another arrowhead. And this is droopy. I need to give it water. I came back right on time. It's not like sad looking, but it needs a drink. And these also needs a drink, but they're not sad looking at all. And these also needs a drink, but they're still happy. They're not sad looking. So yeah, yeah. So it's a joy to come back and actually see that things are okay. Your plants are fine. All these are okay. They need a drink, but they're fine. You can actually go a day or two. They'll still be fine. So yeah, you can see the water level on my propagations. But hey, things are fine. I just need to top it up. Yeah, just to top it up. And but other than that, I don't have a dead plant, which is a blessing. Absolutely. Yeah, this one is droopy. These two are droopy. I need to give them a drink urgently. And these are very dry. These are very dry. I need to give these a drink. So yeah, I'm happy with the fact that I came home to no dead plants. Yeah, and yeah, these are okay. I mean, they're on a bit of a what do you call it? It's a moderate light or a low light area, so they're fine. A medium light, if I may say that. And these succulents are fine. You know, they're okay. They're doing well, and they don't need a drink at all. They're still fine. I watered them before I left, and my ponytail palm is still fine. You know, it doesn't need a drink. But these needs a drink. These succulents are in small pots, so I need to give them a drink today. So yeah, but other than that, they survived. They're doing super well. I mean, and the spider plant needs a drink. It's droopy. And there, I came home to babies. I mean, when I left, there were no babies. And look at that, I've got babies. Yay! Now we are in my bathroom. Plants in my bathroom are doing fine. Yeah, I've got a yellow leaf there, but it's not because I went away. These things happen. But all my plants in the bathroom are still